All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Heat 1. Steven Seams and Adam Clark have the front row. Richard Young and Vern Spring on the second row. Ed Sr., Austin Ruskoff on the third row. Brandon Murphy, Cody Kennedy on the fourth. Kenny Storkson and Riley Duncan round out the field in Heat 1. All the drivers getting ready to go. A much more powerful car than we saw in the first race will make things very spicy out here. Pace car will drop off in turn 3. And remember, restart zone is coming through turn 4. They'll get the green flag very, very quickly as they come out of 4. Pace car is in. Here we go. Green flag is in the air. Heat 1 underway. And Adam Clark full sends into turn 1 and takes the lead. Vern Spring battling with Richard Young, Austin Ruskoff right behind, next to Ed Sr. Kenny Storkson tried to make it 3 wide. Man, Storkson going all the way to the bottom. Adam Clark, Steven Seams out front, Vern Spring in third, Richard Young in fourth, and then a mess back behind. And 6 cars. Oh, Ed Sr.'s around. Riley Duncan went around. Austin Ruskoff now into 5th. Cody Kennedy into 6th. Brandon Murphy in 7th. Storkson in 8th. Vern Spring has the fastest lap so far. Richard Young went high into 1 and 2, lost quite a bit of ground. He drifts back to 8th. Steven Seams is going for the lead. He looks under Adam Clark. Can he get it done? Two laps to go in Heat 1. Still a battle for the lead. Seams finally clears out of 2. Oh, Vern gets into the back bumper of Adam. Austin Ruskoff now battling. Cody Kennedy takes third on the final lap. Steven Seams out front. And out of turn 4, Steven Seams wins heat number 1. Vern Spring coming home in second. Cody Kennedy finishes third. Pete, it will not be available for broadcasts. On to Heat 2, Dean Buck, Matt Moniak on the front row, Brad Ronning, Brian Hewitt on the second, Scott Snodgrass, Ryan McDaniel on the third, David Lux, Jeff Flynn, and Andrew Thornton round out the field. Steven, I did not think you missed anything. Great run tonight. Pace car getting ready to drop in turn 3. Pete, that was definitely an awesome train. Here we go. Heat 2. Green flag is in the air. Matt Moniak gets a good job wrecking behind. Ryan McDaniel, Brad Ronning caught up in it. What the heck happened there? Let's take a quick look. They ended up 3 wide. Scott got sandwiched. Pushes everybody up the track. And Brad Ronning gets the worst of it. Wow. Ronning does stick the landing. Meanwhile, Matt Moniak out front of David Lux, already one over a second. Scott now to third. Jeff Flynn in fourth. Andrew Thornton up to fifth. Dean Buck in sixth. Hewitt in seventh. Ryan in eighth. Brad Ronning did have to limp the car to pit road. Moniak's lead starting to shrink. David Lux is closing the gap quickly. Two laps to go in Heat 2. Pete, that is awesome, buddy. Send pictures. Here we go, white flag one more time around in Heat 2. David Lux and Scott Snodgrass nose to tail, but Moniak has a 3/4 of a second. Holy! Lux sent it deep into 3 and 4. Wasn't enough. Moniak wins. Scott Snodgrass took second at the line. Lux came home in third. On to the consolation heat. Kenny Storks and Dean Buck on the front row. Richard Young, Brian Hewitt on the second. Riley Duncan and Ryan McDaniel in the third row. Adam Clark, Brad Ronning, and Ed Sr. round out the field. Kenny Storkson out front, ready to go. Dean Buck up on the high side. Pace car will drop in 3 and 4 this time. Pace car is in. Here they go. Green flag is in the air. Will we see any chaos into one this time? Everybody makes it through turn one clean. Kenny Storkson clears quickly. Hewitt battling with Dean Buck back behind. Things got a little close. Coming off turn 4. That there. 3 wide for second. Ryan McDaniel shoots the gap. Ryan McDaniel now to third place. Kenny Storkson has the fastest lap. Adam Clark is blown up. Storkson opening up a lead on Hewitt. Ryan McDaniel in third. Dean Buck is in. Ryan McDaniel in third, trying to run Hewitt down. Riley Duncan back in fourth. Richard Young in fifth. Five laps to go for Kenny Storkson. Can he get it into victory lane? Riley Duncan now in fourth, just set the fastest lap. Good luck tonight, Andrew. Riley still closing the gap on Ryan McDaniel with 3 laps to go. Ryan has been unable to get past Hewitt so far. Dean Buck on his way back off pit road. Two laps to go for Kenny Storkson. He now has a 1.5 second lead. The battle is on for second. And white flag is in the air. One more time around for Storkson. Ryan goes wide in 1 and 2. Hewitt now to second, and out of 4, Storkson will win the consolation race. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go for the feature event. Kyle McRacken, Martin, and Edmund Jones have the front row. Steven Seams and Matt Moniak on the second. Vern Spring, Scott Snodgrass on the third row. Cody Kennedy and David Lux on the fourth. Austin Roskoff and Jeff Flynn round out the top 10. Hey, good evening, Frozen Box. Brandon Murphy, Andrew Thornton start 11th and 12th. Kenny Storkson in 13th. Brian Hewitt in 14th. Riley Duncan, Ryan McDaniel, Richard Young, Ed Sr., Brad Roning, and Dean Buck round out the field. Oh, Peter, we appreciate the raid message, buddy. How's it going, Frozen Box? Remember, there is a rumored bounty on the 51 car tonight to prevent him from getting a 4th win in a row. And of course, with Kyle McRacken Martin starting right next to Edmund, they could take him out right at the green. It would not surprise me to see Kyle just turn right now. I don't think it surprised anybody. Pace car is in. Here we go for the feature. Can anybody beat Edmund? Green flag is in the air at Stafford, and they reckon behind. Storkson is around. He cleared the racing surface, no caution. Edmund already to the bottom. It's a drag race out of 4. They bang doors at the line. Edmund Jones in the lead. Matt Moniak now in third. Kenny Storkson hoping for a caution quickly. There it is. Caution is out. McRacken involved. First caution of the night, lap 2. Let's see what happened with McRacken. McRacken really sending it, trying to get the lead back, pushes up, and then backs up in front of the whole field. Austin Ruskoff, Brian Hewitt, Ryan McDaniel all get a piece. Take another look at this one. I don't know if there was contact. There was some contact. Edmund got loose but saves it. And Kyle gets a little bit of everybody. Now Edmund is leading for the 4th week in a row. Kenny Storkson will be back with the pack, but he does drop back to 17th. Kenny Storkson, Austin Ruskoff, Kyle Martin all came to pit road for repairs. Lights are out on the pace car. They stack back up. If Edmund Jones wins again tonight, it's unlikely we'll get a post-race interview. His head will not fit in the booth anymore. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Edmund quickly shoots to the lead. Moniak in second. Scott in third. Oh, 3 wide back behind. They settle in. Ryan backed out of it. Edmund Jones has the fastest lap so far. And let's ride along with the 11th place car, Ed Sr. Out of turn 4, down the front straightaway. And watch this as they go off into the turn. There are multiple grooves. These guys are leaning on each other all the way around. Back down through 3 and 4. Everybody pushing it and fighting the car all the way around. The Maniac in second, just set the fastest lap so far. Does he have enough to unseat Edmund? Cody Kennedy now up into 4th place. Riley Duncan has moved up 8 spots now into 7th. Brian Hewitt up 6 spots now into 8th. Jeff Flynn currently sits in 9th. That guy right behind him in 10th. Brandon Murphy has had a problem. And caution is out. Hey, good evening, Chris. There's Brandon in the purple and white car down the back straightaway. Oh, Ed Sr. just missed his braking point. Goes a little too deep, and Murphy ends up backwards in the wall. McRacken and Austin Ruskoff both back on pit road. Unexpected. Andrew Thornton has been waved back to the lead lap as well. Edmund Jones continuing to lead here tonight. Will anybody collect the bounty and stop him from winning 4 in a row. The Maniac sitting right behind him. Anything is possible. Should be getting 1 to green next time by. Here they come. They begin to stack up. Lights go out on the pace car. It'll be green flag next time. McRecken has managed to maintain the lead lap, has made multiple stops trying to get that car fixed. And here we go, pace car is back in. Green flag back in the air. Edmund gets another good launch. Is side-by-side battling just beyond the top 5 as Steven Seams makes his way to 5th. Vern Spring back in the fight. Vern in 7th trying to make the pass up top. Riley Duncan on the bottom, now up 9 spots into 6th. And look who's marching his way forward. Kenny Storkson now up into 8th. Oh, Storkson almost got the quarter panel of Vern backed out of it. Edmund Jones still has the lead, but for the moment has been unable to get away from the Maniac. Cody Kennedy sits right there in 3rd. Scott Snodgrass now in 4th. Kenny Storkson still trying to get by Vern. Jeff Flynn, David Lux coming into play. Steven Seams struggling just a little bit as he drops back into 11th. Ryan McDaniel moves into 10th. And Kyle McRecken Martin up to 14th and on the move. The 99 is beaten, but not done yet. Edmund Jones starting to open up a bit of a lead on Cody Kennedy. Kennedy now in 2nd, has got to start running him down. Matt Moniak now in 3rd, has to deal with Scott. Cody in 2nd, a little bit wide, but Matt unable to make the move. Kenny Storkson finally gets a run underneath Vern Spring. Storkson now to 6th. Riley Duncan up to 5th, up 10 spots from where he started. And David Lux appears to have lost connection. Lux was up battling in the top 10. A heartbreaking night for him. Edmund Jones starting to come into lap traffic. Hopefully, one of these drivers will want that bounty. Oh, Edmund may be losing connection. Edmund came back, but he came back in 5th. Cody Kennedy has the lead. Netcode giveth and netcode taketh away. Cody Kennedy now out front of Matt Moniak. Scott Snodgrass in 3rd. Riley Duncan now to 4th. Edmund back in 5th has a lot of work to do, but he also has Storkson on his bumper. Cody Kennedy now into the lap traffic of Brian Hewitt. And Steven Seams has had a problem. Andrew Thornton involved. Caution is out. Let's take a quick look at this. There's Andrew Thornton back toward the back. Had just gotten back on the lead lap, but Seams and McRacken got together. There's McRacken on the bottom. Just gets into Seams' quarter panel, turns him around, and Ed Sr. gets collected. There's Ed Sr. back behind this mess. He goes to the high side, almost makes it, but does manage to save the car before getting into the turn. Well, let's just state for the record here and now that Edmund Jones, having dropped back into 5th due to a connection issue, if the bounty is to be paid due to the connection issue, it should come to the broadcaster. Just saying. The broadcaster ran out of Navy Joe coffee the other day and is miserable without it. Cody Kennedy, Matt Moniak, Scott Snodgrass, your top 3. Riley Duncan and Edmund Jones now round out the top 5. Kenny Storkson, Vern Spring, Jeff Flynn, Brandon Murphy, and Ryan McDaniel rounding out the top 10. McRacken is back on pit road, getting more repairs to that car. As the lights go out, McRacken just barely beating the pace car out. Cody Kennedy choosing the bottom for the restart. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Cody's got a good run and clears into turn one. And a lot of sheet metal banging back behind. Scott Snodgrass has the nose, and caution is out. Dean Buck and Steven Seams involved. There's Dean Buck in the 11 car, off into turn 3. Oh, the 22 got loose. Actually, that's a 27. Take a look at this from another angle as Steven Seams comes into the picture back behind Austin Ruskoff. Managed to get to the high side. But man, that was a rough one. Cody Kennedy still out front. David Lux did get one of his laps back. Cody Kennedy, Matt Moniak, Scott Snodgrass, Riley Duncan, and Edmund Jones still the top 5. Cody Kennedy is trying to activate stealth mode by hiding in the pace car. Should get the 1 to green this time by. Lights are out. Cody chooses the inside line again for the restart. Scott Snodgrass had his nose in when the caution flew, just not far enough to take second. Scott definitely has had a great run in the late models so far this season. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Cody quickly clears into 1. The Maniac to the bottom, and they are 3 wide out of 2. Riley Duncan manages to clear into 3rd. Edmund now looking underneath Scott as they come out of 4. And a battle back behind as Brandon Murphy battles with Jeff Flynn. Edmund Jones now up into 4th. Storkson looking for 5th from Scott. Vern Spring still lurking right behind. And caution is out. Looks like Brian Hewitt and Ryan McDaniel involved this time. There's Hewitt in the 25. Ryan looked to the bottom. Oh, Hewitt came down. They get together. Ryan looks like his car is okay, but Hewitt had one heck of a ride. Take a look at this from another angle. Ryan tried to get there to the inside. Brian just came down, shut the door, and suffered for it. So Cody Kennedy still out front, followed by Moniak. Edmund Jones now to third, Storkson in fourth, and Scott in fifth. Storkson has said he is here tonight for the bounty. I did ask him before the race how he was preparing to collect that bounty. He said this.
With 1 beer, 2 beers, 3 beers, a shot of whiskey, a margarita.
I'd say that's pretty thorough preparation for wrecking. Should get 1 to green next time by, just past the halfway mark. And now the question is, can Cody Kennedy and Matt Moniak keep Edmund in their mirror? If Edmund does get a top 3 finish, it's likely we will ignore interviewing him because it seems like every single race I interview him. Lights are out, they stack back up. Cody's still taking that inside line. He has got to make sure he gets clear quickly, but gives Moniak time to get to the bottom, or he's going to be in trouble. Here we go, green flag back in the air. Cody Kennedy to the lead, and Edmund Jones sneaks by back into second. Moniak could do nothing to defend, and now Storkson on the move. Kenny couldn't complete the pass. Scott right behind. Andrew Thornton back moving toward the front. Oh, we've got one sliding back behind. No caution yet. Dean Buck, a heavily damaged car, still trying to fight his way forward. Ryan McDaniel on the move. Richard Young got the wall out of 2. Richard Young, his car is off pace. He is bringing it in. Cody Kennedy has the lead, but Edmund right on his bumper. Moniak, Storkson, and Scott, nothing they can do at the moment. Vern Spring trying to hold off Brandon Murphy. Jeff Flynn, Andrew Thornton just behind, and Brian Hewitt trying to reel him back in. You gotta hand it to Hewitt. He is still trying to, holy crap! He is still driving the wheels off that thing. despite the fact it is obviously not handling or driving right. Ryan McDaniel has had a problem, no caution. He has gone to pit road. There's Ryan back behind another car, another driver. Oh! So, yeah, that car was already pretty much toast. Man, you gotta give the guy credit. He didn't stop fighting. Cody Kennedy out front of Edmund Jones, just barely. Matt Moniak trying to hold off Storkson. Brandon Murphy now up into 5th. Scott holds on to 6th for the moment, but Scott has Vern and Andrew Thornton on his bumper. And don't look now. Riley Duncan is on the move. Riley up into 9th and flying toward the front. The top 2 have opened up a 1.7 second gap on Kenny Storkson and Matt Moniak. Brandon Murphy has now put a couple of car lengths between him and Scott, giving him a little breathing room. Vern Spring has his hands full. Riley Duncan now to 8th. And Andrew Thornton is looking underneath Vern now as well. Couldn't get there, but Riley now up into 7th, trying to close the gap on Scott. Ryan, it was a great night, buddy, and a great finish in the mini stocks. Kenny Storkson has now moved into 3rd. The Maniac dropping back to 4th, but can Storkson run down a 2.5 seconds? Well, he's certainly going to try. Storkson gained a 1/10 of a second on that lap. He is chipping away the gap to Edmund. Cody Kennedy is putting some breathing room between him and Edmund as well. Storkson getting closer every lap, now just 1.2 seconds back. Brandon Murphy back in 5th. Scott now in 6th as Riley Duncan has moved to 7th. Riley is closing in on Scott at the moment. And Cody Kennedy out front now is a 1.2 second lead. Hewitt has had a problem back behind. There's Brian Hewitt. We mentioned, we saw how much he was having to fight that car. Whoa, sends it into one. Luckily gets it out of the racing surface before everybody gets there. That car is banged up in a handful. He is still fighting. Edmund Jones now in second, is 1.25 seconds back from Cody Kennedy, but he is in trouble because Storkson has just about caught him. Matt Moniak has fourth, Brandon Murphy in fifth, and Riley Duncan has caught up to sixth place Scott Snodgrass. Andrew Thornton has made his way back up into eighth, but still has Jeff Flynn on the move. Jeff got a great drive through the middle of turns 1 and 2. If he can do it again here in 3 and 4, he'll take the position. Vern Spring and McCracken right behind this battle. Cody Kennedy getting into more and more lap traffic. That has given Edmund Jones a little breathing room, but Storkson closing right back in. Vern Spring on the attack. Oh, they try and go 3 wide. McCracken look to the middle. "19 laps to go, and Edmund is closed back up on Cody Kennedy, but he has not escaped from Kenny Storkson, who is right behind him." None of these top three have been in for tires here tonight. All on the original rubber, so they have got worn out. David Lux has had a problem. Caution is out. Now, will any drivers come in? This is going to be interesting. Looks like David Lux, Dean Buck involved. Let's see what happened. There's Lux coming out of turn 4. Oh! There is a little panel at the entrance to turn 1 that just barely sticks out from the wall. But because he was riding the wall down, he caught it. Dean Buck had no time to make an adjustment. David Lux's race is over. Cody Kennedy, Edmund Jones, and Kenny Storkson out front. Brandon Murphy will stack up right behind, along with Riley Duncan. Riley's been on the attack and picked up a bunch of spots. Does he have enough for 4 more left? Cody probably should take the high line for the restart. would give him an advantage on the restart and an advantage into turn one. We'll see what he does. Lights go out on the pace car. Just over 10 to go. Cody deciding to start on the bottom. Edmund Jones on the high side, looking for his 4th consecutive win. Pace car is in. Can Cody hold him off? Green flag. Back in the air. It'll be 12 to go at the line. Edmund deep through 1 and 2. They are even. Edmund gets the nose ahead. Kenny Storkson lurking right behind. Cody gets the nose ahead. Oh! Edmund gets the wall. That did give Storkson an opportunity. Couldn't complete the pass, but now Riley Duncan is in the fight. Brandon Murphy and Jeff Flynn also there. Ten laps to go for Cody Kennedy. Coming to 9 to go. Can he hold them off? If Storkson keeps attacking, Cody can run away. And Storkson's to the inside. But here comes Riley Duncan. Brandon Murphy lurking right behind as well. Oh! Dean Buck had a problem out of turn 2, right in front of the leaders. And Riley Duncan may take 3rd here. What a charge for Riley Duncan after starting in 15th. 6 laps to go for Cody Kennedy. Kenny Storkson also a big run tonight, up 11 spots. He is closing the gap on Cody, but it's one thing to get there. It's a whole nother thing to get past him. Riley Duncan also trying to close that gap ahead. Kenny deep through 3 and 4. He closed it up big time. Kenny Storkson practically on the bumper of Cody Kennedy with just a few laps left to go. And lap traffic everywhere. And caution! Caution is out. We'll get a green-white checker. And it looks like Edmund Jones involved. Murphy just gets a big run in, barely taps Edmund's bumper and sends him around. Edmund Jones is coming down pit road. And he is going to take right sides. Going to see how many spots he can pick up in the last few laps of this race. Steven Seams being waved by. Brandon Murphy coming in as well. And I think Edmund Jones just lost a lap on pit road. Edmund is rolling again, but he was on pit road too long, and I do believe he lost a lap. He did. Well, Edmund Jones' streak will die here tonight after winning the first 3 races of the season. He will not win his 4th consecutive race. Kenny Storkson and Riley Duncan will now both have a shot at Cody Kennedy. It is anybody's race at this point. Scott Snodgrass still lurking in 4th. Jeff Flynn back there in 5th. Lights are out there, stacking up for a green-white checkered finish here at Stafford. And here we go. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. It'll be 2 to go. Cody gets a launch, clears into 1. Oh, Storkson got a little bump. And Riley Duncan slips up into 2nd, Scott into 3rd. Here we go, white flag is in the air. One more time around. Moniak now in 4th, Storkson in 5th. Riley Duncan in 2nd, but will not have enough. And Cody Kennedy wins at Stafford. Riley Duncan coming home in 2nd. Scott Snodgrass gets his first podium of the season. And let's see if we can get a word with our top 3, starting with Scott Snodgrass. Scott, it's been a while. You're back on the podium, man. Great. Great run tonight.
Thank you. Unsupervised at that. That's all right.
Man, that was a pretty good run. You were up there in the top 3 the first half of the race. Lost a little ground, but made it all up in the end.
Yeah, the right front one got a little angry at me. So by that last caution, it was like, all right, let's put some new rubber on here and see what we can do. See if we got anything for them.
Well, it definitely worked out, buddy. A great run tonight. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much, Doug. You appreciate everything you do here, man. Awesome job.
Well, Scott is very happy to be back on the podium. Riley Duncan comes home in...
Why is he in the wrong chat? You're in the wrong chat.
Whoops. Now we'll see if we can get Riley. Riley, man, that was one heck of a charge from the back.
Yeah, that was rough having to go from the back to the front twice. I was getting pretty scared there. I was hoping not to get caught up in anything.
Well, you managed to hold on to the end, and a few more laps, you might have been able to give Cody a run for his money. That was a heck of a charge.
Yeah, I was hoping for one more green-white checkered, maybe. I moved the one car out of the way a little bit. Sorry to him. But I was hoping for that one more green-white checkered to hopefully get the try on the outside of Cody. But yeah, that was a fun race.
Well, man, congratulations. Great charge and a great finish.
Thank you.
And trying to find our winner, Cody Kennedy. Cody, man, heck of a race tonight. You definitely had quite a few cars coming at you.
Oh yeah, there was some couple wrecks that happened that was right in front of me. I thought I was going to get into, and kind of helped me out in the long run. And I want to dedicate this win to my grandpa and my family and friends.
Well, man, a great job tonight. You definitely earned it, and it's great to see you in victory lane, buddy. Congratulations, man.
Thank you. It feels good to get the Fabulous Comedy Pontiac back in victory lane again.
It definitely is, man. Great job, buddy.
Thank you.
Cody Kennedy pulls off the win at Stafford, and you see he is burning them down for the moment. More importantly, though, Edmund Jones did not win. The streak has come to an end. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you all had as much fun as we did. And we will see you tomorrow night for C12 Motorsports. Have a great night, everybody.